Good morning and welcome. I am Barbara Pianese, Latin America editor at the Banker magazine, and I'm here at the Inter-American Development Bank Summit, annual summit here in Panama City. And I have the pleasure to be here with Guillermo Avellan, who is the general manager for the Central Bank of Ecuador. Welcome, Guillermo.
Thank you, Barbara, for having me. It's a pleasure to discuss Ecuador's macroeconomic outlook with you.
So the first question is, Guillermo, if you could talk a little bit about what is the economic outlook for the country this year.
According to the Central Bank of Ecuador most recent forecast, the Ecuadorian economy will grow 3% in 2023. This growth will be driven by the recovery of exports, the increase of Ecuador's gross fixed capital, as well as the increase in household consumption. Even though the government is experiencing some political constraints, we believe that based on most recent data, we can conclude that the Korean economy has returned to its growth path.
Thank you very much. And also I'd like to ask you, what do you think are the most pressing economic and financial issues, topics in Ecuador?
Okay, so let me summarize the most important economic and financial challenges of Ecuador in 6 main points. The first one is the need for more private investment in the next 2 years in order to boost economic growth. Additionally, the recovery of the construction sector will be very important in order to achieve higher economic growth. In this area, the government just announced a public investment plan in highways, which will be very important in order to see a recovery in the construction sector. Then the increasing cost of external financing for both private and public sector. Additionally, oil price volatility and the increase of Ecuador's risk premium, which also contribute to higher costs for external financing. And additionally, the need for labor reforms to promote a dynamic labor market and see a recovery in adequate employment. And finally, the need for the approval of macroprudential policies. As part of this agenda and reforms, it is necessary to reform the interest rate system in Ecuador in order to take into account market conditions. Right now, we have interest rate caps for all lending segments, and we believe that this reform, as well as other macroprudential policies in order to reduce regulatory gaps will be very important in order to ensure financial stability and financial inclusion in the medium and long term.
Something that I would like to ask you is your relationship with other development banks, in particular with Chinese development banks, since this topic has become quite under scrutiny. So I don't know if you can give me your view on this.
The IDB is a strategic partner for the Republic of Ecuador. For instance, Ecuador's investment portfolio with the IDB is roughly $2.7 billion, which is the third largest investment portfolio for the IDB after Argentina and Brazil. Moreover, we are working, the Central Bank of Ecuador, with our monetary board. We're working together with the IDB to implement a real-time gross settlement system and RTGS systems for low-value transfers and to promote financial inclusion in our country. In addition, for the first time in more than 20 years, Ecuador was able to successfully complete an 2-year program with the IMF for $6.5 billion. This facility aims to stabilize the economy, consolidate dollarization, strengthen fiscal and debt sustainability, as well as expand the coverage of social programs for poor families. And finally, to lay the foundations for sustainable and inclusive growth in Ecuador. Finally, Ecuador has recently started a financial sector assessments program, FSAP, with the goal of identifying key reforms in order to promote financial stability in the medium and long term. Regarding the Chinese debt, with Ecuador, the government recently renegotiated his outstanding debt successfully. As a result of this renegotiation, the government was able to benefit from financial relief of $1.4 billion until 2025.
And last thing I would like to ask you, since we are at the summit, what is your relationship with development banks, and in particular, of course, if you could give me your view on the relationship with Chinese-based development banks in Ecuador, which has come under scrutiny in the recent times.
Right. The IDB is a strategic partner for the Republic of Ecuador. For instance, Ecuador's investment portfolio is roughly $2.7 billion with the IDB, which is the third largest investment portfolio after Argentina and Brazil. We are planning to have disbursements from the IDB for approximately $760 million this year. In fact, the current administration of the Central Bank of Ecuador and our monetary board are working to implement a real-time gross settlement system for low-value transfers in order to reduce the use of cash and promote financial inclusion. In addition, for the first time in 20 years, the Ecuadorian government successfully completed a 2-year program with the IMF for $6.5 billion. This facility aims to stabilize the economy, consolidate dollarization, strengthen fiscal and debt sustainability, expand the coverage of social programs for poor families, and lay the foundations for sustainable and inclusive growth in Ecuador.
Thank you very much, Guillermo. It was really a pleasure.
My pleasure too.